the management learning from Mahabharata. So we had discussed some of the points. 2-3 points were remaining that we will be now discussing. The point related to know your enemies or challenges, exploit its weakness, and take calculated risk. These are the teachings of Mahabharata. That if you want to defeat your enemy, or if you want to overcome your enemy, then first thing is that you should have enough information about the enemy. Strength of the enemy, weaknesses of the enemy, all these things should be aware of. Then it is easier for us to win over the enemy. Now, same thing is replicated in the organizations also. If one organization wants to be at the top than the other organization, then it should be aware of the strength of that organization, weakness of that organization. Then only we can expect that the organization can overtake the another organization. Take calculated risk. Normally in the management concept, we study that the more we take risk, the more profit we will earn. So more risk means more profit. But here, the teaching of Mahabharata says that instead of more risk, or just taking risk for the sake of risk or for the sake of profit, without analyzing the consequences of that risk, is always harmful. So nowadays in businesses also, it is clearly suggested that whenever risks are to be taken, those risks should be calculated risk. Now, what is calculated risk? It is very simple. The risk which is based on certain calculation is called as calculated risk. The risk which is based on the research or the analysis, that if we take this research, what would be the consequences? What would be the good results? What could be the bad results of this particular decision or this particular risk, is to be analyzed before taking the risk, and that is called as calculated risk. Now the next one is the right managers to inspire. Right managers should be there. Now in Mahabharata, it was suggested that a king can win the war if the leaders of the king or the senapati of the king are efficient. Same is the case here also. If we directly compare it with the industry, then right managers should be selected. If right managers are selected in the organization, if they are working in the organization, then they will be able to inspire the subordinate or other employees in the organization. They will be able to counsel the employees in case of any crisis, in case of any doubt, in case of any difference of opinion. So that is why it is said that right managers should be selected. Only on the basis of recommendation if a manager is selected, or only on the basis of his educational qualification if a manager is selected, that manager may not be the right manager. But if a manager is selected on the basis of his qualities, on the basis of his or her abilities, on the basis of his and her previous track record or performance record, then we can say that there are more chances that the selection would be the right manager. Next one, know the ground realities, accept different ideologies and cooperate. Know the ground realities. It's a very simple and powerful point. Every organization should be aware of the ground realities also. Ground realities means what is the present status of our organization and what target can be set for our organization. So setting a target for an organization or goal for an organization should always be based on ground reality. Ground reality means the organization should always introspect that where the organization is, what was the target last year, whether the target was achieved, if it was achieved, how it was achieved, and if it was not achieved, why the target was not achieved. All this type of introspection, all this type of analysis, all this type of research should be undertaken before setting the goal or target for an organization. And that is called as be aware of ground realities or knowing the ground realities. Now, today I have read an article which was related to Microsoft company. Now, everyone is aware of what Microsoft is. And that article was related to that because of the present situation of COVID-19 or after COVID-19, number of employees who are leaving Microsoft is growing. And now Microsoft has come up with a strategy to retain their employees. They have come up with a strategy, and that strategy is that the company has decided that immediately they will double the salary of its employees. So they have judged their ground realities. They have done the analysis that for the last 1 year or so, many talented employees of the organization are leaving. We are talking about Microsoft. And if the company wants to be at the top of the world in the coming years also, the company should first know the ground realities, why the employees are leaving. And apart from the other things which was analyzed, one thing also the company came to know that because of salary also some of the employees are leaving the organization. And immediately the company decided that they will increase the salary of the employee. Not only increase, but they will immediately double the salary. If a person is drawing a salary of 1 lakh rupees in Microsoft, immediately henceforth that person will get a salary of 2 lakh rupees. A person who was getting 50,000 rupees will be getting 1 lakh rupees. 5 lakh salary was there, immediately he will be getting 10 lakh rupees henceforth. Now Microsoft, we all are aware that Microsoft was one of the largest multinational company in the world. This company was at the top for many years. As the company has generated enough capital, this company can afford to double the salary of its employees with immediate effect. But if we compare this company with, say, an Indian startup company, which is into, say, IT or ITES services. Now, on just reading that article or coming to know, if this company also starts giving double salary to its employees, can we say that this particular policy or strategy is feasible for this company or profitable for the new startup company? So the answer is no, because the ground reality at Microsoft and the ground reality at a new startup in India is totally different. They can afford because they have generated enough capital. They have a reserve of capital which can be used. But as this particular company has just started, so they may not have that much of capital required to immediately double the salary of the employees. And that is called as that knowing the ground realities. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि एक कंपनी ने ये इंप्लीमेंट किया, उस कंपनी में रिजल्ट बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है तो इसीलिए मेरी कंपनी ने भी वो इंप्लीमेंट करना चाहिए. कुछ भी प्रोग्राम इंप्लीमेंट करने से पहले, कोई भी स्ट्रेटेजी बनाने से पहले, कोई भी टारगेट सेट करने से पहले ग्राउंड रियलिटी का पता होना या उसको स्टडी करना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. And that example was related to ground reality only. Now the next one is empower women. The gender balance is required for stability and administration. Now 60, 70, 80 years back, the workforce comprises only of males. But later on, things changed because of technological advancement, because of educational advancement, and because of the various policies, rules, and regulation and laws passed by the government. Now the things have totally changed. Now it is believed by most of the organization that both male and female can contribute towards the development of an organization. Only thing required is that that particular candidate should be a talented candidate, a skilled candidate, able candidate. Now, whether the candidate is male or female, now it doesn't carry that much of weightage, which it would carry 50 years back, or even 20, 30 years back. Because it is believed that if females are around 50% of the world population, then they should also have a same ratio in workforce also. It has been proved that they are equal performer as compared with the male counterparts. And that is called as empowering women. Because if the company only concentrates on males, then the company may find it difficult to get the right type of person for that organization. The answer is very simple कि अगर हम लोग ऐसा अज्यूम करते हैं कि करीब करीब 50% जो वर्ल्ड की पॉपुलेशन है उसमें महिलाएं भी हैं, अगर सिर्फ पुरुषों को ही नौकरी के लिए अगर प्रेफरेंस दिया गया तो शायद जितने लोग चाहिए उतने नहीं मिलेंगे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, या जितने स्किल्ड लोग चाहिए उतने नहीं मिलेंगे। पर अगर फीमेल्स को भी उसमें इंक्लूड किया गया तो नंबर बढ़ेगा, और अगर नंबर बढ़ता है मतलब नंबर ऑफ एप्लीकेशंस अगर बढ़ जाते हैं, नंबर ऑफ एप्लीकेंट्स बढ़ जाते हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली कंपनी के पास एक प्रोसीजर होगा या कंपनी के पास एक पावर रहेगा कि वो शॉर्टलिस्ट कर सकते हैं कि द पर्सन हु इज बेस्ट, वेदर फीमेल और मेल, shall only be selected for the job. But this will happen only if number of applicants are more than the number of requirements. If vacant positions are 10 and the applicants are only 8, 9 or 10, then what will happen? All the applicants will get the job. और ये क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि 50% वर्ल्ड की जो पॉपुलेशन है मेल्स, या स्लाइटली मोर देन 50%, ओनली दोज पीपल आर कंसिडर्ड फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट। अगर ऐसा होता तो शायद पिक्चर अलग रहती, बट एज नाउ not only in India but worldwide also, if we see that now this discrimination is day by day decreasing. We will not say that it is completely vanished or completely what we will say that there is no discrimination at all. So discrimination, but day by day the discrimination is decreasing, kam ho raha hai discrimination, and that is the meaning of empowering women. Now we will move on to the next part of first unit, and that part is related to values. We have so far discussed ethos, that what is Indian culture, what is Indian ethos, what is the contribution of Indian culture and Indian ethos in the modern management practices, what were the learnings or what are the learnings of great Indian scriptures, that we had discussed so far, and now we will be talking about what are values. So we all are aware कि values क्या रहते हैं, and values are ideals that guide or qualify your personal conduct, interaction with others, and involvement in your career, like morals. They help you to distinguish what is right from what is wrong, inform you on how you can conduct your life in a meaningful way. Now, we often say that values are those beliefs which we get from our surrounding or which we get from our family, or from our parents, or from our society. Now, values are the ideals that guide or qualify your personal conduct, how we behave with each other, how we respect each other, whether we respect elders. When, suppose, when some elder relative comes to our home, whether we take the blessing of that elder relative. So that all depends upon the value system which is being practiced in our family. If right from the childhood, if we get the learning, or constantly our parents tell us that whenever any elder person comes to our place, you have to take the blessings of that elder person. You have to welcome that elder person with folded hands. Now, this particular value is very important, and this we develop since our childhood. It is very difficult to develop the values in, say, the young age, that is after 20s, or in the mid age, that is after 35 or 40s. It is easier to develop values if we start developing right from the childhood. So how we behave with each other, whether we respect elders or not, whether we respect others or not, all depends upon our values. If our family has never told us that we need to respect others, whenever an elder relative comes, we need to take the blessings, we have to welcome the elder person with folded hands, we are never taught as a child. So that child, when the child grows, he grows with those values, that some sort of, what we can say, that he develops that value, that no need to respect others because I am the best. We are having good wealth, good earning capacity, so why to respect others? Why to bow in front of elder relatives when we are self-sufficient? We do not require other support. If such is the values of the family, then those values will go to the child, and from child to the next generation, then to the next generation. And the generation of that family are not going to respect others or elders. Why? Reason is very simple, because right from childhood, they have not respected, they have not seen their elders respect. Very simple. Child always copy parents. हम सबके घर में कोई ना कोई छोटा बच्चा होता है, आप लोगों के घर में भी भाई का, बहन का, किसी रिलेटिव का छोटा बच्चा होगा। ऑब्जर्व कीजिए कि कोई अच्छी चीज हो, कोई बुरी चीज हो, जैसे ही कोई भी एल्डर वो चीज करता है तो बच्चा उसे बहुत ध्यान से ऑब्जर्व करता है और वो ही करने की कोशिश करता है। अगर हम लोग आदत लगा देंगे कि बच्चा देख रहा है कि पेरेंट्स रोज मंदिर मंदिर जाते हैं, रोज पूजा करते हैं, घर में भी पूजा होती है, धीरे धीरे वो बच्चे को आदत लगती और वो बच्चा वैसे ही करने लगता. And that is the right time to inculcate value in the child. अब बच्चा देख रहा है कि माँ बाप किसी की रिस्पेक्ट करते नहीं, कभी मंदिर जाते नहीं, कुछ नहीं. 25 साल के बाद अचानक अगर एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे कि बच्चे ने दूसरों की रिस्पेक्ट करनी चाहिए या मंदिर जाना चाहिए, पूजा पाठ करना चाहिए, सच ही बोलना चाहिए, तो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर दैट यंग पर्सन to change the values which he or she has got from the family. That is why it is said that whenever values are to be taught to a child, it should be good values. So these values helps us to distinguish what is right and what is wrong, how we conduct in our life, or how we conduct our life in a meaningful way. It also depends upon the values. Now we will talk about some core values, and then we will talk about the core business values also. Very simple values are there. We all are aware of what these values are. So we will not discuss at length on those values. Only if you have any query, please stop me and you can raise your query. I hope my voice is clear to all, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So core values of an organization can be innovation. Now these are general values. If we talk about, say, two different organizations, their values can be different, but more or less those values are based on these general values. So innovation, we all know what is innovation. If an organization wants to be in the competition for a longer period of time, if the organization wants to be at the top of in a particular category, then the organization should concentrate more and more on innovation. Now we all know that how innovation can help a company to be at the top of the world. How innovation can help a businessman to become a richest person in the world. And we are talking about Elon Musk. Now, everyone, it is not that now we have come to know that petroleum and diesel products are coming to an end, or very shortly, maybe in 20 years, 30 years, or maybe in 50 years, either there will be acute scarcity of petroleum products, or there will be no petroleum products at all. And it is not that we have come to know about this information 10 years back or 20 years back. 50 years back also, there were researches done. This information was available 50 years back also, that petroleum products are fossil fuels and it will come to an end after 100 years. That was said 50, 60, 70 years back. But no one had thought that if the petroleum products are coming to an end, then why to wait till the end? Why can't we have a car which can run on solar power or wind power or electric power? There were companies in those days. Ford Motors was there, General Motor was there. Then there were various companies. But 20 years back, Elon Musk thought that his company should come up with an electric car. Now that electric car should be good looking car. That electric car should have all the features of the petroleum car or diesel car. That electric car should be affordable to the general public. And considering all these requirements, his company Tesla came up with the car. And now we all know that if we talk about electric car, Tesla is regarded as the topmost brand. And this is how innovation can help a company within a short span of time, how the company can reach at the top. Because the company's core value is innovation. कि कुछ नया करना है जो दूसरी कंपनियां सोच भी नहीं रही है, ऐसा कुछ करो. अगर मार्केट में हमारी मोनोपोली रही तो वी विल अर्न मोर एंड मोर प्रॉफिट. हमेशा के लिए शायद मोनोपोली नहीं रहेगी, बट शायद 5 साल के लिए, 10 साल के लिए, जब तक भी है तब तक वी कैन अर्न प्रॉफिट. And that is the value of, say, Tesla, that they believe in innovation. Then another example of Elon Musk, you might be aware of rockets. Now rockets are being used for more than 100 years, or we can say it is 300 years, because there are proofs that rockets were used in the wars. But later on, rockets were used to send satellites to space. And once a rocket was used, that rocket became useless. No one had thought of reusable rocket. He is the person who thought about reusable rocket. He thought that if we make a single rocket, it is very costly. And as it is used only once, it becomes more costly. If the same rocket is used for, say, 2 times, 3 times, or maybe more than that, then automatically the price will be less. The money which will be required to prepare a reusable rocket will be less than which is required for non-reusable rocket. And now we know how profitable SpaceX is. So this is how a company coming up or company which is having a core value of innovation, they give more and more and more importance to this value which is called as innovation. Now the next one is quality. Quality, again, very important. If you compromise on quality, you may be successful or you may be profitable for a short term, not for a longer term. And this has been proved by multinational companies. If we talk about the Japanese companies, or if we talk about German companies. Indian car manufacturer और जर्मन कार मैन्युफैक्चरर, चाहे जर्मनी का फोक्सवैगन हो, ऑडी हो, बीएमडब्ल्यू हो, या दूसरे नॉट सो एक्सपेंसिव कार्स, फोक्सवैगन का जो रेंज है दैट इज cheaper than BMW and the Audi. पर अगर कंपेयर करेंगे हम लोग कि एक जर्मन कार मैन्युफैक्चरर की कार है और एक इंडियन कार मैन्युफैक्चरर की कार है, तो वी विल very easily we can find out that how conscious they are in terms of quality as compared to us, and that's a fact. So they believe in 100% quality, and sometimes we compromise on that 100% quality. अगर 90% क्वालिटी करके भी हमारे को सेल उतना ही है या सेल हमारा बढ़ रहा है, तो वी विल डेफिनेटली कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन क्वालिटी, एंड दैट इज द values of the Indian companies. So that is related to quality. Now the next one talks about trust. We are talking about core values. Trust, very simple. Trust is भरोसा. भरोसा किसका किस पे? सबसे पहले the company should see to it that internal customers of the companies are satisfied, they are happy, they enjoy their work. Internal customers means employees. If they are happy, then only they will ensure that the customer, that means the real customers, external customers, will be happy and delighted. अगर कंपनी एम्प्लॉई को ही ज्यादा पैसा टाइम पर नहीं देती है, या जो प्रॉमिस किया जाता है वो नहीं दिया जाता, सैलरी 2-2 महीने से डिले होती है, तो अगर वो एम्प्लॉई ही खुश नहीं है, वो एम्प्लॉई ही सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है, तो आफ्टर सेल्स जब हम लोग बोलेंगे, या आफ्टर सेल की जो क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, दैट विल डेफिनेटली बी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. व्हाई? बिकॉज द इंटरनल कस्टमर इज नॉट हैप्पी. जब मैं ही खुश नहीं हूं, तो मैं कैसे एंश्योर करूंगा कि मेरी कंपनी का एक्सटर्नल कस्टमर खुश होना चाहिए? So trust means that both the employee should have in the organization should have in the employee. And if this trust is there, then the employees will be able to inculcate or build trust in the minds of external customer also. That is the importance of trust. Now the next one is responsibility. This is very simple. Responsibility, everyone is aware of what is responsibility. But whenever we talk about responsibility, the normal tendency of a human being is that everyone wants authority, no one wants responsibility. जब कोई गलती होती है तो हम कोशिश करते हैं, ज्यादातर लोग, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट एवरीवन डज द सेम थिंग, ज्यादातर लोग क्या करते हैं कि दूसरे पे डालने की कोशिश करते हैं, उसकी वजह से ये रिजल्ट गलत आए, मेरी गलती नहीं। रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने के लिए हम लोग जल्दी तैयार नहीं। अगर गलती भी हुई है तो उसको एक्सेप्ट करने की तैयारी बहुत कम लोगों में। अब ऐसा क्यों होता है? बिकॉज most of the people who are working in the organization, they do not want responsibility, they want only authority, but they fail to understand that authority will be accompanied with responsibility. अगर आपके पास अथॉरिटी दी गई है तो आपको कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी ही पड़ेगी, so we have to understand that also. Then ethics, we all are aware of what is ethics. We have discussed that in corporate governance also, so we will not discuss that. Ethics. Then customers, we have just discussed that there are two types of customers. One is called as internal customer, the other one is called as external customer. Internal customers means employees who are working in the organization. External customers are the one who are using the product of the organization. So both the customers should be made happy. So if internal customers are happy, then the internal customers will always try to make the external customers also happy. Why? Because they know that if they will make the external customer happy, they will the external customers will definitely be their brand ambassador. It's a normal normal tendency that suppose if I have purchased a Samsung refrigerator and I am very happy with the quality of the refrigerator and with the quality of after sale service also. Now if I am happy with that, what I'll do is, it is not that company if gives me 100 rupees or 1000 rupees, then only I'll be suggesting the Samsung refrigerator to my friends or to my relatives. But as I am happy with this quality and with the after sales services, I will definitely suggest. And that is called as the brand promotion, which is free of cost. Next one is goals. Now, whatever the goals of the organization are, those goals should be such goals which should not be based on only material things. Material things means only money. कि पिछली बार 5 करोड़ था, इस बार 10 करोड़ कमा लो, इस बार 10 करोड़ कमाना है, अगली बार 15 करोड़ कमा लो। अगर सिर्फ इस प्रकार के गोल रखे जाएंगे तो दैट इज नॉट वैल्यू. It is not that earning money is bad, but it should be accompanied with the welfare facilities for the employees also. Then that type of goal, if are set by the organization, ठीक है, प्रॉफिट होना चाहिए, करेक्ट, बट प्रॉफिट के साथ साथ एम्प्लॉइज के लिए हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, जनरल सोसाइटी के लिए हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, प्रॉफिट का कितना हिस्सा हम लोग CSR एक्टिविटी में यूज करने वाले हैं. अगर ये सब चीजों का विचार करके कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपना गोल सेट करती है तो यस, दे बिलीव इन वैल्यूज. एंड द लास्ट वन इज टीम वर्क. Teamwork, we all are aware of that. Yesterday also we had discussed that if it is easier for a team to achieve a target rather than a individual effort, that we had discussed yesterday only. So these are some of the core values. Now the next one is core business values. Now those were the general values. Now we will be discussing the core business values. Now this core business values we will be discussing in tomorrow's session. So we will stop here. Tomorrow, please take a screenshot of this. We will discuss these uh, core business values in tomorrow's session, and we will try to complete our unit number 1 in tomorrow's session, and then we will start with our unit number 2. So thank you everyone for being present in today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.